場正面入り口付近にあるチケット売り場で直接ご購入ください。お支払い
As the years go on, like it gets more competitive. So we actually started yesterday.
If we don't get it done early enough, then we don't have time to reevaluate what we just did. Mm-hmm. And that was, I think, what happened last year.
We did reevaluate a lot last year.
And I feel like that's like for San Jose too, right? But it's just because like we're so busy doing everything else.
Yeah.
I think for us too, it's important to reevaluate because you want that like you want to make sure you made the right choice. Mm-hmm. So then you second guess it. But you know, if you went and reevaluated, then you're comfortable with it. I already triple checked.
I also think because there's so many good cars here, like right now we have maybe 4 choices if we do best of shows.
Yep.
But between those 4 cars, they're all pretty much at the same level. Mm-hmm. So now we have to look at them again and think,
what makes this one better?
Yeah.
The first time doing a rough draft, I really like that.
Yeah.
Where we literally were like, all right, this is our final choices. Why I'm skipping around is I'm looking specifically for best engine bay for Honda Acura. Nissan and Toyota, those were what I was done with yesterday. Okay. So then the only ones that we weren't able to find right off the bat was Honda Acura. But I'm also looking for the best Acura, and I need a little bit of clarification because these are technically Hondas here, right? But I think because we're a U.S. show, we're still judged in Tegras as accurate, but I want to make sure. So I did still want to see that there was something done to his engine bay, at least to be in that category of things. Most of the Hondas were like here early, it felt like, so they had their cars all closed up by the time we were even walking around. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to come and open their cars up. So the other thing when it comes to engine bays, I actually work for Rywire. So obviously we do a lot of engine bay stuff. So I know this car because they're actually a customer of ours, but it has a full custom Millspec harness, got a coil plug conversion, it's running a manual brake conversion kit, S2000 clutch line. So like there's like a lot of tuck stuff. This is like an example of what I would be looking for best engine bay, but this is a vendor car, so you can't win that award.
I feel like so far the energy has been good. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've come a long way for Wekfest Japan. A lot of the exhibitors, they make it a point to build their cars around this event. So yeah, I feel like we've come a long way.
Yeah, we've had a couple cars that have been, throughout the year kind of step back, and the debut that they were aiming for was today.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool to see. And they weren't like just a regular debut of just bolt-on stuff. We're talking about like full custom builds of some sort.
Those are good to see, like Hikaru Z36 that's been in San Jose, but it's now here for this show.
Yeah.
Right.
We're coming up on 20 years in 2028, and I feel like a part of why this works is because of the consistency. I feel like we're successful in a way that we cater to a certain group of people and community.
I think the other important thing is something that we focus on a lot is still remembering who we were as exhibitors and then making sure that the things that we cared about when we were showing our cars and when we were, putting in the effort and coming out, it's like, what were the things that we wanted to see? What were the things that bothered us? We owe it to our younger selves to make sure that our show still has that.
That's literally how, when I started Wekfest, when I thought about it, I asked myself, if I was, 2 things, if I was an exhibitor, how would I want this show to be? Or if I was just somebody that was going to buy a ticket to come see the show, what do I want to see? What do I not want to see? Right. So you take those principles and then you look at how things should be done, and that to this day is like the main focus for me. Because you don't want people to make all that effort, build a car, pay all that money to just come look at some BS. I feel like amongst the group, that's still a very important thing between all of us. I know that it's not for everyone. So like sometimes people ask me too, like, well, why don't you do XYZ? But I feel like it diminishes from what we represent as a brand, which is, really showcase quality cars and quality brand. I rather make it feel like this is still a very tight-knit, very intimate type of setting where you can really showcase the best of the best.
One thing that's fun about the Wekfest Japan event is I don't get to do this back home. Is I get to do cars that I personally really like, which are like VIP cars, and we're gonna go through a couple today. I'm probably gonna show my age too of like how outdated my thought process is with VIP cars. I'm still very traditional, so there's gonna be a bunch we're gonna go through, to be honest. So I hope you're ready. Hope you're all ready. I'm right now standing in front of probably my favorite car of the show. That's coming from someone who's owned an LS before, someone who's owned a Lexus, and someone into VIP cars. Today I wanted to kind of show a couple of the differences of how I look at VIP cars and how I want a VIP car to be built. The first car that I want to go over is this green LS 430 owned by Ken Nakano. The car was built by Moontech. Our buddy Hikaru at Moontech built it. To me, this LS 430 is kind of the epitome of what a show VIP car should be. You have your VIP cars that like follow a VIP car trend, but you have a car like this, which is I think a complete build. A car that there's a lot of subtle things to this car that most people may not know. Things like, for instance, the mirrors on this car are not a Lexus mirror. They don't even come from the same body or same family. And maybe we'll throw up a caption of what it is later, and but I want the viewers to kind of guess where that mirror is from, because that's kind of like one of the things on this car that most people don't see. Usually these carbon pillars are overlays where they sit on top of the stock pillars. The one thing they did with this car that I appreciate and I love is they took out the stock pillars and incorporated the carbon fiber into that. So you don't have like that little lip on it. Really, really subtle. A lot of people, I guarantee you will miss that. Great fitment. Like, it's just where I would want my like show car VIP car. And that's kind of like what I would want to hit with my own personal car, I think. Last thing on this car is full interior. Everything is done on the inside with that camel color. And I've gone on record at saying, if anyone has seen my Instagram lately, I've gone on and said this is probably hands down one of the best LS builds I've ever been around and seen. I'm going to stand by that for a long time. And I've been around people who've built some crazy LS 430s, LS 400s. I've owned an LS 400 that I love as well. And so, like, to me, this is probably hands down one of the best Lexus LS 430s out there. Now what I want to do after we went over the green LS 430, I kind of wanted to show the other car I can't stop looking at, which is this LS 400 / Celsior. I'm biased towards the orange. I really like the orange, but the one thing I wanted to feature on this car is his wheel fitment. A lot of the VIP cars in the US kind of sit either in a very conservative camber, conservative wheel fitment, and then you have the other guys who come out with like this crazy camber setup, crazy wheel setup. This is how I would like to see a VIP car in the US do it. They were back in the day, and I think we've kind of gone in the direction where we went really extreme on the camber, really extreme on the fitment, and then it didn't really like flow with the car. It just became like demon camber, whatever we used to call that. Now the LS 430 we saw earlier, the LS 430 is a show car, just as great too as a VIP car, but the big difference is this is what I think of a VIP car when it's in my own definition and whatnot. It's going to win something. But don't tell him yet. Don't tell him now. Hopefully he finds out later. When I was first getting into VIP cars, back when I started VIP style cars and all that fun stuff, this is how I wanted my wheel fitment to be. I really wasn't into like the whole like flush movement. I was more into the tucking the front and rear. So that's kind of how I wanted to do it. Obviously as we get older, things change. I kind of want more flat, but yeah, this is a great look at the differences between the two LSs and how their fitment is. So one thing about the SC430 that we have here is I personally felt like I overlooked it last year when it was here. Same color, but I think I overlooked it because of the wheels. The wheels that it had last year. And I think now that it's a reverse lip, it like stopped me. And I spent more time looking at the car. I really like how this car was executed as an SC430. You don't see many SC430s out there, and if they do, they're there's a couple that I can name off the top of my head that are great. But out here, this is probably one of the SC430s that I have seen in Japan that I really like. There's a lot of cars that you see in Japan, you're like, holy shit, that car looks great. Then you walk up to it and you're like, oh damn, I got catfish. The paint sucks. Well, fortunately, this S15 is not that. It looked great from afar. I walked up to it. The paint looks great up close. So yeah, that's it's something I rarely see. The one thing too about the painters here is you're either like one of the best painters in the world, or you're not. The way they do their candies, the way they do their pearls and all that stuff, just even like, you know, metallic paint, it's crazy. It could be that they don't have the same rules as we do at home with paint. I think we can't use lead-based
Like oil
paint.
based?
We have to use water-based paint. I just think that the paint that they use out here is way better.
こちらの、アワードですけど、日本人がジャッジを今年も、行っておりません。ジャッジした、彼らを紹介したいと思います。こちらにおる、帽子のおっちゃん、ジョンです。で、こちらにいる、ゲオちゃんはデイビッドです。そして後ろにおられる、ワーシャツ、セーラムです。で、こちらの男前ですね、ダギーです。ダギーです。そして今ここにいるビデオのクルーですね。こちらもサンフランシスコの方から来てもらって、全米でまあ今イケてる、ビデオクルーなんで、またこちらの方もYouTube とかで探してもらうとそのうちいろいろ出てくると思いますので、また見てあげてください。そしてこちら、僕の名カメラマンですね、K さんと呼んでください。よろしくお願いします。あと当然ね、いっぱいうちのスタッフいるんですけども、これ紹介してると時間なくなっちゃうんで、アワードの方を発表させていただきたいと思います。そしたらアワードの方を発表しますので、皆さん、耳をほじって聞いてください。よろしくお願いします。
At the core of everything, the cars are the centerpiece. For me personally, like, I don't like to say too much or be in the spotlight too much because it's not about me. It's about the cars and everybody else that goes to the show. That remains my focus in the short-term future. In the long term, just I feel like looking at things and say, yes to certain things and make sure I say no to a lot of things, because I feel like we're in a position to kind of dictate that and do what we truly believe in. And like, if the car builders are doing so much to represent themselves, then we have the responsibility of doing the same. So it's like a constant battle of like, how can we improve better as organizers to present the best show possible? I also feel like we have a responsibility of like trying to push that message to the next generation,
Right.
Because we are getting older.
Yeah.
So without the next wave, we can't do this. And I would tell people all the time, like, we're only good at what we're doing as long as you're good at what you're doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like, you represent this community,
Right.
and we are just this provider of the space to present to you, right, of everything. So we definitely have a responsibility and a need to help the next generation build cars the way it should be built, in our opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
はい、そしたらですね、最後です。最後、カー・オー・ザ・フェスティバル。一日中こちらの、トロフィー、中に入れてたんですけども、このトロフィー、インゴットです。中詰まってます。めっちゃ重たいんです、実は。はい、高い送料を払って輸入しました。これも向こうから来てます。ベストオブショー、アワードですね。あとこちらの方ですね、こちら、ちょっと紹介していいですか？
Please.
こちらの、アワード副賞ですけども、ジンです。ウィークフェスト、今年、1月にソフトアップを行ったんですけれども、ウィークフェストジンを作らせてもらって、シックス京都さんの協賛でやってもらったんですけども、がっつりラベルに、ウィークフェストのロゴが入ってて、あの時のリミテッドなんですけれども、こちらの方、今年副賞として付けさせていただきたいと思います。そしていつもすみません、アクティブケア様、今年も50本以上の協賛の方いただきまして、アクティブケアも副賞で、すべての方にお渡しさせていただいてます。アクティブケアのブースもあちらにまだありますので、よろしければコーティング剤、使っていただければと思います。そしたらこちらの3つのですね、アワードと副賞2つですね、最後の方に、紹介したいと思います。では行きます。カー・オブ・ザ・フェスティバル。
Car of the festival goes to Hikaru Takuchi, BMW E36 M3.
はい、カー・オブ・ザ・フェスティバル。田口光様、E36M3 ですね。赤い E36M3。この車なんですけども、セマ、アメリカのラスベガスで、開催されているイベントですね。セマ11月、出展しております。その後ですね、アメリカに引き続き置いて、ウィークエストサンノデ、サンノデっていうウィークエストが生まれた場所ですね。そちらのウィークエストサンノデに出展した後、日本に帰ってきて、もう一回、リビューとして今来られているって感じですね。
Thank you very much.
はい、重いっしょ。重いっしょ。はい、E36M3、田口光様、カー・オブ・ザ・フェスティバルです。おめでとうございます。大きな拍手お願いいたします。
I like that one.
そしたら今年のウィークエスト、以上ございます。皆様の、本当に熱い協力でイベントの方成り立っております。こちらのコミュニティ本当に僕大好きで、これからも大事にしていきたいと思います。皆様の熱い気持ちを受け止めれるぐらいの、強いハートで、うちのスタッフ全員で、全力で頑張っておりますので、引き続きウィークエストジャパン、ご支援の方よろしくお願いします。また来年会いましょう。ありがとうございました。